Добро пожаловать. I'm saying it with accent, but actually, привет всем, я из Николаева, меня зовут Jenya.
Say the name of the podcast.
The podcast is Macska Limmatban. Limmatban.
Perfect.
I was trying my best.
Amazing.
As you're probably not listening to our podcast. Hi guys, this is our first English speaking podcast. The first English speaking Macska Limmatban. If our English is too much challenging for you or the way we speak, you will find this video on YouTube with Hungarian subtitle as well. So you're gonna have to watch it not while you're doing the dishes, but another time. Hi, Victor.
Hello. And if you don't like listening to our accents in English, you can go and fuck yourself.
Exactly.
Shut up. We don't care about your comments about our accents. We know it sucks. Your English is worse.
Oh, sorry. I just muted you for a second.
Your English is worse, so shut up.
Whose? Anyone's.
My.
Are you talking to the Romanian lady again?
No, whoever is complaining. It's always people who complain about other people's accents are the ones that are scared to say even a word in English.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, oh, you can hear that they're from here. And yeah, of course. Of
Are
course
you talking about me?
Shut up.
All right, let him talk a bit.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Jenya?
I'm very good. I know 20 words on English, so I will manipulate with them.
It's more than we do in Hungarian. So.
So I will try my best to manipulate them, and all of you will understand this. I hope so, fine. But we'll see.
Wanna say hi to someone? To Marina or something?
Hello, Marina.
Cook something, please.
Who is Marina?
Marina is my wife, and she's at work now because she's very an independent woman, and I'm not working at all.
Someone has to make some money.
So I hope you guys you can understand how lucky am I.
Yeah. So wait. So she works, she cooks. What do you do?
I'm also cooking.
He's doing podcast with us.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like
Great
a houseman.
Houseman. Nice.
How many Ukrainians are there? Ukrainian-speaking people?
Where? In my house?
No, in general. on the planet Earth.
In the planet Earth, I think it's about 50 million people.
50?
Yeah, because it's also a lot of people in Canada and America. But at the moment, I think it's like 30 million people living in Ukraine.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
And like 5 million are immigrating or already immigrated.
All right. Yeah, but it's not like of course, in this amount of people left the country, that was probably because of the war. But already before there was quite a movement, right? Because
of course, I also think so. So that's why I say like people with some roots. They're about 50 million people, or even more. I really don't know statistics, but I have a feeling like this amount.
Yeah. There are like a lot of, when I'm in Prague, I usually use Bolt. And when I see there are like many Ukrainian drivers there, and then I see when they joined, and it's usually 2010, 12. So you would think when you see an Ukrainian somewhere else that, they just arrived because of the war, and then many people actually lived there for quite a long time.
Yeah, actually, when I was in Prague, I really didn't know what language I need to use because it's a little bit similar to Ukrainian. I mean, the Czech language. And so a lot of people are speaking Russian or Ukrainian. So it was crazy for me. And and they didn't understand English. And I just start sometimes in the shop to speak Ukrainian, and everyone understood me.
Oh, nice. That's cool. That's a unique experience.
Yeah, it's the same like in Poland, because I think like Polish people also understand Czech people. Like the language is similar, but they.
I have a Polish friend living in Prague. Like I have every kind of friend, as you guys probably already realize. I have a Polish friend living in Prague, in Czech Republic, and he got like his permit to stay in, like he got like another level, but for that he needed to make like a language test, and he said he was sweating blood because not blood, sweating blood to learn proper Czech. Like probably they understand each other well, and I think it's also the case if your mother tongue is Ukrainian or Russian. But to speak properly and learn the grammar, it's for Polish at least. And he's not a stupid guy. Like he's doing his master's in chemistry or something, whatever. I don't know. Never really understood.
Yeah, of course. I mean, to learn a language properly is different than understanding others because the languages are somewhat similar or have similar words. Like Czech people, Slovakians, I know as well that they do understand each other quite well.
That's more
with
like two
Polish
dialects.
people as don't start with that.
Actually, I have experience in Poland when I was I was going to work in Poland in shipbuilding plant. And
in what?
Shipbuilding plant.
Shipbuilding plant.
Shipbuilding.
Sorry.
So they are repairing ships and painting and other stuff. So, but the topic is like when I was talking Ukrainian, everyone like Polish people understood me, but they don't like when you speak Ukrainian with them. They are probably want that we will try hard to speak Polish, but not, you know. But when you change on English, no one understands you. I mean, maybe in other niche, but in shipbuilding plant, can you imagine? People
of course.
So top intelligence people.
Well, yeah, but
nice.
Maybe they just don't speak more foreign languages because they don't necessarily need it,
or they
weren't
just
taught.
don't want. Because a lot of Polish people also go working in Germany,
right?
and other countries.
Yeah. But whenever I fly to Poland and I have, I say the passengers like Dzień dobry, they always think right away, and for some reason Eastern European people always have the idea that they always send flight attendants who speak the local language, which would be just fucking crazy. Like usually airlines already struggle to find the right people. Not that you would have to make the schedule according to that at least one person speak that particular language. That would be impossible. So I just say dzień dobry because I want to be nice, and they start talking to me Polish. So I stopped saying that because it's just. Yeah,
but do you have some recorded voice like?
Yeah, for the safety stuff. Yeah.
Only for the safety stuff. But for example, in the end of the fly.
The what?
In the end of the fly, when
there is another.
Oh, thank you for flying. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. There is like this prior to landing speech, which is like return to your seat, fasten your seat belt, open the window blinds, put your seat back to the upright position. And fold away your table. The safety instructions card is in your seat pocket. Please read it carefully prior to landing. Unlike Limmat evacuation,
he's really good in it.
Your hand luggage behind.
It's almost like he works there.
Yeah. It seems like, but I'm not sure.
I think he's just making it up.
Yeah. No,
he's just obsessed.
That's my autistic trait. Like sitting here with a podcast microphone and I pretend that I work for an airline.
Look, some people learn the metro announcements and train announcements word by word. You learn the flight announcement.
Yeah, Pascal, we're talking to you.
It's like type of hobby.
Yes, it's an
learning the announcements on the different languages.
Yeah, be nice to our autistic friends.
Yep, I'm sorry, autis.
Yeah. So where are you exactly from?
So I'm from Ukraine, from the city Nikolaev. That is actually industrial city in the south of Ukraine. It is, to understand geographically, it is between Odessa, that is actually a big city in Black Sea, and Kherson from the other side. So I'm in the center. So we have river Southbuk. That is actually, I think, not well known for European people.
No?
Yeah. So we're like a city on two benches of the river, and it is like 600,000 people living there.
It's southeast of Ukraine, right?
It's just
how many people living there? Sorry,
600,000, and it is south of Ukraine, like in the middle of the south.
Yeah. How did you say the name of the city?
You know.
I know.
So Mykolaiv, it is Ukrainian version. Nikolaev is Russian version.
But it's N at the beginning in Russian.
Mykolaiv, it's like the name of Saint Nikolai,
Yeah.
you know, and on Ukrainian it's Saint Mikolai.
Yeah, like
But-
in Hungary it's Miklos.
Miklos, Saint
Miklos.
Miklos.
Saint
So
Miklos.
it will be the city will call maybe Miklosai.
Miklósváros.
Miklosváros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sziget-Szent Miklós.
So,
All right.
so you grew up there.
I grew up there till 18. Then I leave the city and I go to the capital in Kiev. I was
At least that you said in Ukrainian. Thanks God.
yeah. So I have education half in Kiev, and then
What did you study?
I studied linguistic. I was studying Chinese, but then they kicked me out.
Oh,
And then I came back in Mykolaiv and finished it in Philological University.
okay. Still in Chinese?
No, it was English and Ukrainian. So
Okay.
I'm a teacher of Ukrainian literature and English as well.
All right.
And English?
Yeah,
Okay.
but I was not. I don't have like super student.
Okay.
Okay, cool. So have you ever worked with your degree, or what?
I have only practiced at my school in Mykolaiv. So I was practicing for maybe 3 months, and that's all.
It's better for everyone.
And I have 5 form, at like 5 and 3rd form school.
What does that mean?
The class.
The class, the 5 class and 3rd class,
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 5th and the 3rd class.
5th and the 3rd. But it was only 3 months. But they represent me cup like for best teacher ever.
Oh.
It was very sweet.
Yeah.
Very cute.
I mean, but you've been hitting them, right? Like you
Of
did the
course.
Russian way?
When they
Like
start
kicking them out naked in the snow and
no,
shit
no.
like this?
When they start to talk Russian, I start to punch them.
As usual.
It's normal in
As
Ukraine.
usual.
Yeah, of course.
How is it like Nikolaev? You have I made some. I read it. I'm open the Wikipedia page of Nikolaev, and it says that 81% is Russian. No, 81% is Ukrainian, and 14% is Russian. There and there are like some other marginal, some Jews and Gypsies and Romanians, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, because Jews are not Ukrainian and Russian.
No, they are ethnic.
It's also minority.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
but just a few percent.
Yeah, actually, like majority of people talking Russian in Nikolaev. It was all the same from my childhood because I was talking with my friends in Russian, with my family in Russian. But I was studying at school in Ukrainian, and it was normal because, for example, with my classmates we were talking on Ukrainian on the lessons. But then when we have a break, we talk Russian because all the family is talking Russian. I mean, it's a little bit weird for...
But you are from nationality, you're not ethnical Russian, you are Ukrainian.
I'm Ukrainian, but for example, my mother's roots and my mother family is there from Russia. They came during the Soviet Union from a small village or I don't know, somewhere. Because a lot of people, when it was the Second World War, they were immigrating or they were sent in Ukrainian part of USSR.
Yeah, it was quite a common thing in the Soviet USSR that people got, because of work, they got sent to totally different cities from thousands of kilometers away. They lived there for a few years. They did their project or mission or whatever, and then they just got sent away to the other end of Soviet Union. So that was kind of mixing up the people a bit. I also heard.
I actually think they have actually the choice, but for example, for my grandmother that was working in some plant and they make some details for turbines and stuff, and they have like a biggest plant in Mykolaiv that was making these turbines for planes. So they just sent her in Mykolaiv region. So
Okay.
that's how she get there.
And then she stayed.
Yeah, and she stayed.
Which company was it? Can you remember?
Yeah, it was. It calls Mash Project.
Okay.
Mash.
But for
Yush Mash. It's like South. I will translate.
Machinery.
South Machinery Factory. Yeah.
Okay.
And it's actually still existing.
Yeah, it sounded actually familiar.
Actually, my mother was working there and my uncle was working there. But for the moment, my mother is freelancer and my uncle that was working with this, he was like a constructor with these turbines. And now he's working in Korea.
Oh, okay. So you were the one that broke the family tradition of working in the turbines factory.
On my mother's line, everyone were teachers. So, for example, my grandmother from my mother's line was teacher of geography, and my grandmother from the same line was teacher of Russian literature and something else. But
so from the two paths of the turbine factory and teaching, you chose teaching.
Yeah, and father's line was engineers, engineers all the time.
Yeah, okay. I see. Nice.
Yeah.
And what I wanted to ask is, what was you mentioned me that you've been in Kiev during when the protest started in 2014, right?
Yeah.
In Maidan.
Yeah. It was actually...
You been there for the university or you went there because of the protest?
No, I was living actually in Mykolaiv that time, and we like everyone was watching the news, watching TV, and we think like, okay, the case was like I really want to be there, but I have a schedule, like I need to go to work like every day, like 5 times per week. But then I realized that I cannot wait, and I just go. I go to the train, buy tickets, and go there.
How old were you? How old were you?
23.
So it was 2014. I don't know. I think something like this.
No.
We
are the same age.
24.
So I could.
You can count.
Yeah.
Are you good in count? Because I'm a linguist. I'm a linguist. I'm not a mathematic.
We can tell. Yeah.
So just help me sometimes.
So that fact that when it started, that was already like kind of the movement when also especially started in Kiev, but also in the rest of the country, that many people used to speak Russian also in Kiev. That was a kind of a thing. I know someone who lived there. Yeah, surprise, a journalist, and he told me he studied Russian in the school, but when the Maidan started, he only spoke Russian. He never learned Ukrainian. But people stopped actually speaking Russian. At least in Kiev, it became for them more important to speak Ukrainian. And what I was just going with this is that how come you guys I'm not here to judge you. I just want to understand it. How come that you guys still speak Russian? Also, when we met, I was quite surprised that with Marina, with your wife, you also speak Russian together, while. How it didn't change you or change your way of thinking about it?
It's just our native language. I don't think that the language depends for some country, because, for example, we have Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia. That's the country that people speak Russian, and we have the same. We just speak Russian. For example, when I first time become in Kiev in my university, it was also like half. People speak Russian and Ukrainian as well. When they start to speak with me Ukrainian, I also start to speak with them Ukrainian. For me, it's not a problem. It's like I can speak both of them. But for me, I choose like Russian language. For me, is more common. Because I'm thinking on Russian, I have dreams on Russian, and so on and so forth.
Sometimes I also have the dreams of Russians.
Russian dreams.
Like kicking head of a certain Russian old man.
Who doesn't dream of that?
But for me, on my opinion, I'm still Ukrainian. The Ukrainian that can speak Russian can speak Ukrainian. For me, it's not a problem.
Yeah. And a little bit Chinese.
A little bit Chinese.
just a bit.
I can count actually till 10. And
Okay, we gotta cut this out.
Of course we will cut.
If any of our listeners do speak Chinese, please can you tell us if it was correct or that was the reason he was kicked out of university?
Please, I hope there is no Chinese people in your podcast. The people.
Okay, that sounded racist, but let's go back to the
I just
Magyar.
make random voices.
Let's go back to Maidan. So
Yeah.
what was happening there actually? Can you give us kind of a reminder? Because I have that impression. By the way, I will put it in the description of the podcast. There is a really good Netflix movie about this era.
Yeah.
I forgot the name, but I will look it up. Like a cool documentary about what happened there. Winter on Fire.
Yeah.
Is the name. I think it's really good. Sums up what happened there, and I also haven't seen it for a while, so I might watch it again. And I really recommend it because the war did not start in 2022
Yeah.
when the invasion, full-scale invasion started. It started way before, and it started in a way that basically, if I get right, Russia was trying to influencing who's get on power. They wanted someone who is
pro-Russian politics
Pro-Russian, of
and
course, yeah.
the
Yeah.
stuff. But I think they feel weakness. They feel the Ukrainian weakness after we have a revolution because the President Yanukovych was a guy that actually was pro-Russian, very pro-Russian guy from Donetsk region, and people just came on Maidan because they want to integrate with the European Union
First he actually stopped
he stopped the integration. Like, first of all, he said, like, okay, we will integrate with the European Union, but then he went on some meeting with President Putin.
You don't have to say president. You can just say Putin.
Just Huilo. we call him Huilo.
What does it mean?
Can I explain?
You can
Sure,
say
sure.
it,
Yes, it's like dickhead.
Dickhead,
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we have So dickhead Putin, they have a meeting, and after this, he said we will not anymore go to European Union. We want to stay with like Russian influence. They have also some Russian unite with Belarus, and I think Kyrgyzstan,
Yeah.
Georgia, and in other countries that had before in Soviet Union.
So he basically wanted to do this. Wanted to do.
It's the robot vacuum.
He wanted to clean the room.
There's another Chinese in the room.
Yes,
A spy. The robot vacuum cleaner. Talk to them.
Okay. Ni hao, wohin hao.
Tell them we don't need room cleaning
So
today.
actually, we were talking about serious theme, but
Yeah.
now we focus on vacuum cleaner.
We're gonna have a special edition of this episode where Jenya is talking Chinese with the robot vacuum cleaner. You can listen to it on our Telegram channel.
The new special guest.
It will be on Boosty.
I was actually really afraid that this episode is gonna get dark because we talk about war and stuff, but we just cannot stop laughing. That's good. That's good. I mean,
We have
what
good
can we do?
vibes.
Well,
Yeah.
we didn't go that much into details yet.
Yeah,
but
sure. So you went to Maidan. So basically, this protest, this mass protest, was started there, was ignited by the fact that the president was withdrawing his promises about the European integration, and he started to do basically put Ukraine in the same track as Belarus, where they basically they have a puppet minister and. Before we go on with Maidan, I just I don't know how much you're aware of it. What we talked about it actually. What's happening in Hungary, and our president Orbán dickhead is kind of using the situation to. He's always doing this. He's always looking for a scapegoat for putting like the blame for the bad financial situation in Hungary and stuff like this. He's always finding someone to blame, and this time is Ukraine, and he's actually making kind of a campaign that talking about that Ukraine is about to start the process to join the EU, and it would really wreck Hungary because all the money was supposed to come to Hungary will actually go to Europe. So can you please just give us just a small insight, like how much is it realistic that Ukraine will start joining the EU anytime soon?
I don't think that it's really real now, and at this moment we are not thinking about to go in the European Union because we have a war with such a big country like Russia, and we have I'm sure that no one thinking about going European Union at the moment.
Yeah,
We're just thinking
not even possible.
Yeah, it's not possible. We are thinking just to get as much weapon as we can because the war is so expensive, and we have. But it's not even about the money. It's more about the weapon at the moment.
Well,
Okay.
yeah, but
Rockets and.
so what you been
money equals weapon in a way.
Yeah, but some countries can give weapons. Some countries can give money, but.
And some countries can make hateful billboards about Zelensky. That's how they contribute.
Well, that's how populism works, unfortunately.
It's populism.
Yo. So you went to Maidan when you were like 23, 24 years old. And what was your experience? What happened there?
I actually came to the Maidan when I think it was 25th of February when the snipers starts to work and to kill people. So I come.
Did you also live there on the Maidan? It's a square, right? The Maidan is the square.
It's a big square and a big street. But I came a little bit late when people try to go on the top near the Верховна Рада. It's like an area of Kiev where like all the deputies, all the people that we electing there, like the Maidan is in the center.
Yeah.
We have also Krещатик Street, that is actually the main one, and we have a lot of administration buildings on the top, on the hill, and people want to go on the top of this hill and tell to this politician that we are not agree and you need to stop that.
His office was there.
Yeah, it was like now it calls office, but before it was like some administration building. But when people start to move there, like police start to shoot, and that time it was so difficult. And I was standing in the Maidan and near the ambulance, and people were coming with bullets injuries, and I was just trying to help them. That's all, actually. And then it comes to end.
I remember when I was in Kiev, there is actually still people buried there on the hillside next to Maidan, because basically people live there. It was like not just a demonstration, like we go out and then when it gets dark, we go home. People actually live there. The locals were bringing food for them.
Yeah.
Do you still have some pictures which we can share with our listeners from that time, like from the phone?
I think I can find something from that.
Let's dig up something from your perspective, like what you've seen and
Yeah.
Sorry. So, and then it's basically, how did it end actually?
It was really tragic moments, and for even for my mind, it was very difficult. And it was ending when President Yanukovych was
Resigned.
So he left.
Yeah.
But he didn't talk, nothing.
But he fled the country, no?
Yes, he go by helicopter in Russia. Like nearby
to Mother Russia.
No, either Belarus or Russia.
Yeah, and after this we have like people came that were like Poroshenko, that was actually like a politician that everyone knows him, and
he became the new president.
He was not become a new. He was become a new president after election. But from this time of Yanukovych till Poroshenko, we have like politicians that were. I don't remember the name of this guy, but it was like permanent.
So he was not elected. It was just in between.
Yeah, it was something in between.
Yeah.
In between. But at the same time, when the Maidan and revolution will come to end, the Russian started the invasion on Crimea because they feel that Ukraine now is very weak. But we have military forces in Crimea, but they have like alliance with Russia, and like actually they didn't make. They don't. Some of them support Russia, and these forces come together with Russian. Say like we don't want to fight guys. We are also like Russians, and yeah. So it was no war in Crimea at all because some military tried to save the technique and go out in Kherson, and some of them just give the technique to Russians and say we want to be with you guys. So
Or at least they don't want to fight.
yeah, they don't want to fight, and they were actually very scared. I think because it was like the best Russian troop that came to conquer this territory.
Yeah.
But so basically the Maidan, the demonstration, it was not the demonstration, it was basically a fight for freedom and fight for Western integration. It was basically successful because the president fled the country.
Yeah.
But in the same time, it was you couldn't be like relieved for a second because then basically the Russian invasion started. I mean, like first with the annexion of Crimea, and then a few years later started the like from east there were like 2 oblasts which was conquered also.
I think it was the same time as they tried to annex the Crimea.
Yeah.
It was the same time like some people with no marks that they are Russian soldiers. They came in Donetsk region and Lugansk region as well, and they were trying to push people to go and fight with
Against
Ukrainian, against the laws and blah blah blah.
I would really appreciate if you would talk in the microphone.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So when basically Maidan was over, when the president fled, and then you just went back home and
everyone back home,
life.
and then just people. Actually, the problem that people were waiting for very fast changes in political life of our country, but then when the invasion of Crimea starts, like everyone understood that the problem, we don't have any changes because we need now to start the fight with Russian. And what is happening in Crimea, in eastern regions, and these people that were we had no president because President Yanukovych fly away, and they need to act somehow. And Russia tried to use this weakness of our country, and they sent troops in east and in the south as well. Yeah, so it was really very tough times.
Okay. In a moment we will go on after a short break. So we're gonna get to the moment when the war started, where you been, how you reacted, and what made you leave the country. But only after a short break. We are back.
Hello.
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 So
Привет, bitches.
Привет. So in the break we talked a bit about stuff that I would like also to talk about in the podcast. So you told us about some events that unfolded after this successful revolution in a way, and the fleeing of the president, which was quite symbolic. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, it calls like a Lenin breakdown. So we have like in every city of Ukraine, in the central the central square that actually is calling in every city the same. It calls the square of Lenin.
Yeah.
And we have in the center of every city on the square of the Lenin, we have a monument of Lenin. So it's like very symbolic. So it's really very weird. It's like why we have everywhere this fucking monument of Lenin in the Lenin Square. So everyone decide to, in every city, it was like a small revolution where we decide to demontage it. Yeah. And it was also like parties that don't want to do it. It's usually was babushkas, like 70 plus, and the people that were paid by some pro-Russian politics, and they make how it calls
like an anti-demonstration.
Anti-demonstration, it
or
calls like Maidan and anti-Maidan in every country, but from like our side, like people want to demontage it and to put some historical guy inside. For example, in Nikolai, we have some well-known admiral that we want actually to put instead of Lenin.
Okay.
Admiral Drake.
Donald Trump.
Or Zelensky was not well-known at the time, but actually now the postament is empty. So, they just made some fountain and square, like nice square with fountains.
Yeah.
And for me, it's
but if your podcast career will kick in, maybe you're gonna get a statue in Nikolai.
Statue of me. Yeah, it would be so nice.
the Jenya Square.
Jenya Square. Yeah, it's quite interesting that it happened at that time, after that time point. Because, for example, in Hungary, it was at the time of the change of the regime from socialism to full-on democracy. Full-on, yeah. Well, somewhat like that for a year or two. This was the symbol of the change. So people were actually felling these Soviet era statues.
So you also have this monument falling
Yeah,
down.
that was in 1989.
Yeah,
at the change of the regime. Yeah. So it's interesting how there is a shift in time, but same symbolic events.
Yeah, because people think the same mind. Like
but also we have a generation of people who now look back with nostalgia. With nostalgia
but also have
to
them.
This era, because like on the surface, and especially for certain parts of the society, it was actually beneficial. Like,
I mean, look, the thing is, it was for the people there, it was a stable level of whatever, good or bad.
After the revolution, that's at that.
Beforehand as well, it was somewhat stable. You for sure had a job. You didn't have to look for something. You had a stable income. Was your life perfect? No. But that's why people look back into this with nostalgia, because there was a certain kind of certainty and stability in that, in their own lives. I'm not talking about the big picture, of course.
And of course, well, it was an after-war era where people were starving before and killed and sent to the front.
Exactly.
So of course,
they had food, they had money, they had jobs, they had an okay life. They had a stable whatever, despite how well off they were.
But as for me, this era is come to end, and I think the people that are really have this nostalgia about this period, they are after 60. Maybe I'm wrong. I think they're
in a way, yeah. But for example,
the majority
my
of them.
mom also has this sometimes. She's like, oh yeah, it was. I mean, she was a child back then, so for her it was still like, yeah, it was nice back then. So it's kind of nostalgic. But she also acknowledges that.
But it's also the
time afterwards when everything opened and they had access to literally everything, food, wealth, items, electronics, technology, freedom of movement, technology, freedom of movement, more level of really just freedom. She does acknowledge that what they had before is not comparable to what we have now. But
it also depends what you know.
Exactly, at that time when you don't know about these things and how people live, for example, to the West, they were happy and satisfied with what they have at that point. So that I think that's why they have this nostalgia factor.
Yeah, but for now, I think in Ukrainian society, it's really very tough for these people because we have some percentage of people. For example, my Marina's, my wife, mother, she's also like she's nostalgic about this period, and she wants that Russian will come and conquer all the Ukraine, and we will have like USSR 2.0. But the percentage of these people, they are like, for now, it's very small because after the Putin started the war, like it's increase.
Yeah.
Not increases more or increases less.
Decreases. Yeah.
Decreases. Yeah. I'm sorry. So for now, I think like these people that were living in USSR, like their best age was like when they were young, and it's also one of the reasons why they want to repeat.
Okay, yeah.
To nostalgia about this because it was the best ages of their life.
They were also young,
when they
and
were
it was also a system they knew, and they the fact that the new system is more open, more confusing.
Mm-hmm.
You have to get used to you have to pay taxes, which was not a thing before. So there was a lot of new things to learn, and I guess that was also confusing, especially if the change you've been already adult or middle age, like 40, 50, then you cannot really just learn a whole new system, how to pay taxes, why I do have to pay taxes, how come that the factory just closes and there is no other job available in the area. Yeah. Sorry, Victor, you wanted to say something?
No, it's not connected to this. I wanted to
go forward. I want to say something like at the moment, I think that these people with this nostalgia, they should just give to us, to our generation, the chance to go with our ideas.
Yeah.
Not to stay with their ideas because they are really there. I think it would be a little bit cruel, but on my opinion, they should just give us a chance to go further.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course. Yeah, I agree. I fully agree. Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, I mean, it's practically your future. The prime of their life is already gone in a way.
It's passing by, unfortunately.
So now it's the young people's time to actually shape their own future. Yeah, I wanted to ask you something with these symbolic events that you mentioned. Was there like a significant change in the mindset and the mentality of the people in Ukraine after the invasion of the Crimean Peninsula? So did you observe that the mindset of people changed? Did they become more nationalistic? Was it more important for people to be Ukrainian in a way?
I think yes. They have after this happens, after the Lenin fall down and the Russians start invasion for Crimea, people try to unite. I can see that people try to unite, and they see that it's not fair that like a big country can come to our country and take what they want. And like the idea of Russia, they think they will come in our territory and people say, oh, hooray, now we're with Russia. But it doesn't work like this because we have our laws, we have our system, how we live. And, with this big influence from Russia, like no one wants to live like they will dictate for us. Because we have our idea how to live. Yeah, we had problems, and now we have problems with this corruption, but it's our corruption. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got
it's
it.
really our corruption, but we don't want that we don't think that we are the same nation, We don't want that someone will dictate from some Moscow, it's so far away from us, how to live. And the laws, how we live.
Can you please stop thumping on the table because you can really hear it afterwards. Yeah, you can pat the table, but don't stomp on it.
I will do it now, and then I will stop.
Okay.
So I'm ready.
All right.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay.
Shall we just jump to the point?
Skip forward in time. Yeah.
Yeah, let's just.
We're moving forward in time a bit to
Let's go.
to the most recent event.
Like when the war started.
When the war
basically.
started.
Okay, let's
and
go
Russia
there.
invaded Ukraine. So the first question would be like everyone was looking at the situation quite closely, and everyone was really curious, and well, that's a bad choice of words, but everyone was on their tiptoes looking what's going to happen next, whether Russia is going to Ukraine or Russia is going to invade Ukraine or not. It seemed pretty sure that it's going to happen, but for example, some of the politicians, including our very own Prime Minister, Dr. Prime Minister, yeah, Professor, before the war actually started, 2 weeks before, he met with the cat Putin, and he came back and he said like, oh no, there's going to be peace. Putin is on the peace side, and everything's going to be fine. Jumped 2 weeks later, this whole thing started. So
how surprising was it for you?
Yeah, did you expect this to happen? Were you already mentally preparing? Were the politicians preparing for that, or was this a complete surprise?
Yeah, so actually we were living in Odessa with Marina, and I was watching the news like in February. So we get married actually on 11th of February 2022. And I have a birthday on 27th of February. So the February was
eventful.
It's very eventful, yeah. And I was watching the news. I watched the news all the time, and I was thinking like, okay, so what happens next? Some analytics, like politician analytics, said it will not start, but I feel like it will start. But I watched the news so long time that I was feeling like it is a game. They will start or not start. They will start or not start. But when it was really start on 24th of February, I was so fucking afraid, guys, because the missile, okay, I will went a little bit back because so our idea with Marina was we have like plan A and plan B. So plan A was like on my birthday on 27th of February, we got the tickets to Lviv, and our idea was to go in Lviv and then from the Lviv to Poland. That was actually our plan A. And plan B was that I said to Marina, hey, no worries, I will not go to military anyway because I'm like half. How to say? I was never been in military and
never been trained.
Yeah, trained, and that's why I can easily go abroad. So
but these plans you made before the war started. It was kind of
before
visible
the war
that it's going to happen.
It was visible. So it was. We were thinking actually to immigrate on 27th from Lviv to Poland because we were really afraid that the war start. And we have a ticket for the train, and we're thinking we will go out from this before it will start. But it starts a little bit earlier. So, and the day when it was start, we were living in Odessa, not far from airport. I think it's like 3 stops by Marshutka. Marshutka is like a bus.
Okay.
The smaller bus
for people, and I wake up actually because my mother was ringing me to the phone like 10 times, and I was a little bit with hangover,
which never happened before.
No, never. It was first time hangover in my life.
Wow.
So she was calling me. I didn't hang up.
Pick up.
Pick up. Yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't pick up, and then. Marina pushing me and said, hey, wake up, the war start. And I said, what? She said, the war start. And then I heard like a missile was going over on the ground. It was super loud, and I think it shoots in the airport like Odessa's airport. And they were shooting like 2 or 3 times before, but I didn't hear because I was sleeping. Then
you slept
almost
through.
overslept the war.
You slept through rocket attacks.
yeah, really. And Marina slept as well. But in Mykolaiv, that is actually 200 kilometers from Odessa, they have the same. We have in Mykolaiv also some airport, but military airport, and they shoot it at once. So and they knew it like earlier because they have attacked earlier than Odessa. But they also. This day they were trying to hit from some big ships.
Yeah, cruising ships. Yeah,
big cruising ships. But I think like Ukrainian military also shoot on them, and they cannot go on the bench of the Black Sea. So and then we just went out, and it was a real house right there because people want to take money from ATMs, and it was very crowded on the street and people were running and something was exploding somewhere. But so it was really very difficult. But we just also went.
So you just went in the street, fucking hangover.
Yeah.
And then there was a chaos on the street. People were queuing up at the ATM.
And we went also to ATM. We took money. I think it was during 1 hour, and we also during this hour we listen like something exploding somewhere. It was really chaos. But then we took money. We go to the gas station. That was actually the one thing that was working. I take a bottle of cognac.
Just the most important.
Yeah, because I was really in panic. Marina was really the person with the balls because I just get drunk one more time, and then she said, just go to make a shower. I make a cold shower, and then we understood that we need to go out from the city for like as fast as it's possible.
So where did you go after that?
So we took all our stuff. We took our cat. That actually was a big Maine Coon.
Oh, super cute. We can also include a picture.
Yeah, I will send a picture. I will send the picture as well. And she called to like the ex-husband of her sister and blah, 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 blah. Okay. The relative of the relatives, and this guy helped us. He came from Kiev to Odessa and pick us up.
Okay,
it's quite a long ride.
Yeah, it's quite long ride from Kiev to Odessa. It's like 500 kilometers.
Wow, yeah.
But he was super fast. And I think in 4 hours he was in the place, and he picked us up. And then we picked Marina's sister, senior sister, and her kids. So we were on 2 cars and moving to the Chernivtsi, that is actually on the border of Romania. Mm-hmm. That's actually how it was.
Was there? I assume there was a lot of people doing the same thing.
Yeah, it was. I think we tried to do it very early. So we went together by the car, and it was a lot of stuck on the main roads.
Yeah, like the highway.
The main highways. And because from other side, from the center of Ukraine, it was a lot of technique that need to move from center to east and like different ways. And the news were like, please, people, don't go by cars, because we need like the
these convoys have to move around, and
because technique need to move, to defend the country.
Yeah,
and it was a little bit chaotic. That actually, I think it was the idea of Russians that to take Kiev for 3 days, because we have this house first time. Yeah, that's how it was. But
And then you got to the Romanian border and they were like, no fucking way, I'm going to Romania, I'd rather stay here.
No, we got to Chernivtsi, and then we have a long time that we were living in some house of friends of our friends.
In Romania or on the border?
No, on the border in Chernivtsi.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a city in Ukraine, still in Ukraine, but on the border of Romania. So in Suceava. With Suceava, I think. I don't really remember. But so we live in this dacha. You know dacha is like cottage village. So I sent Marina with her sisters to Bulgaria, but I was thinking, I was sure that I can leave the country, but it was not easy because I should go to military actually, and I was looking for the way how to leave the country, and it was during 3 months, like very long 3 months of my life.
How could you leave in the end?
It was some scheme when I can actually tell it because I can. So it was the scheme when I'm like invalid of second group. But
what does it mean?
It's like the document that I have epileptic. You can buy it. So I did it.
Okay.
And then it takes me for some time, and then you can imagine I got a parcel by Nova Posta, like of one of our most popular posts.
National Post.
The National Post. No, we have Ukrainian Post, but Nova Posta is more popular now because it's faster and blah blah blah.
Okay.
And I got the document, and it was printed on green paper. It was so horrible because I open it and I see green paper made just in printer with no stamps. It was fake document, but so bad quality. And I realized that I need to go with this fucking document on the border to show to them to say that I have epileptic and I am invalid of second group. So I just take to take a pause and to think about how I would do it. And after maybe 1 week, I just go on the border and I go out.
Okay, no questions, no nothing.
It was.
But you had your stuff with you, or you went as you are?
No, I have only. Yeah, I leave a lot of stuff in Odessa in our rent apartment, but I took like one rucksack with one bag with all important things like my clothes and stuff. But no computer because I leave it there because I was thinking like I will come back to took it but it's another story anyway. So when I was on the border, a military guy, he said to me like, okay, what documents do you have? I show him to him, but it was near the, this wall.
Yeah.
And the actual border.
It was actually not a border, but the guy that was just staying there and some military guy. And he said, what document do you have? I show him my passport and I show him this document. He looked at this.
The green paper?
Green paper. He made a big smile and said, do you want to really to try it? Like, are you crazy? And then he asked, and I was like very, sober, and I take all myself and said to him like, I am invalid and I need to go out, and this is my document and he said, do you have like a passport of handicaps or of invalid passport, because you need to have this document and also this passport.
A special passport.
Yeah, and they said, oh no, the missile hit on my apartment, it's all burnt. And he was looking at me like on a sheet and said, okay, you can go and try, but I think you have like 15% that it will works. And they say, okay, I will try.
You can try.
I go and I make this sad face, like, I need to go abroad. Like I'm invalid, no chance. So and
That's so sad. I can't go to the military.
yeah, and with this poker face, I just give it all to the woman. She tried to type something on the keyboard on the computer, and then he said, "You can go." And I was staring on her like, "Where?" And she showed me with a hand like, "You can go right." And I was thinking, "Right?" She said, "Yeah, go to border. Why are you staying here?" And then I understood that she said to me to go to the border of Romania, you know?
Yeah.
And then I went, and then it was like dramatic situation because it was a lot of journalists staying there and people, volunteers that giving food. And like first guys actually that met me there was some Jew, like Israel journalist. They have a big troop and they want to talk with me. And I say, "Sorry guys, no comments.
I'm invalid.
I want to smoke a cigarette. I don't want to make these interviews with you." So I go to smoke, and then I try to call to everyone that I am alive, I'm here, I'm already in Europe. So
Okay.
that's actually how I got out.
So that was very stressful.
It was stressful, and then I was very happy that I go out.
Yeah. Do you think you got lucky by the border control lady?
Yeah, I was super lucky.
Or do you know about other people who got lucky the same way, or do you know some people who got rejected?
I knew a lot of people that were also used. They were used also the same way. The same guy that helping with this documents,
Amazing quality document.
equality documents, and it was cost. It cost like $1,500.
Oh wow!
But it was only the beginning. And a lot of people go for with the same documents on the border of Poland, because from this guy, only one guy that went through this Romanian border was only me, and all others were rejected.
Okay,
but on Poland border it was easier. So yeah.
But you didn't even have to bribe the border control lady. It was just
They just put a stamp in my passport and I go out. So I'm actually legal in Europe. So because a lot of people are actually going, like it calls in Ukraine, to go for the mushrooms in Carpathians. So they go to the mushrooms, then they said like, "Oh, I'm sorry, but
accidentally crossed the border."
I accidentally crossed the border, and they go to the closest village.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so when you entered Romania, did you have like, was it, do you need a visa? Do they give a visa? Was it an asylum? What was,
No, I don't need a visa because with Ukrainian passport, I can travel around the Europe for 3 months.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah.
Just all European Union countries. So I just went like in Romania, they help us with the bus, and we went to the closest train station.
Yeah.
We went by this bus.
Okay.
Just for free. And then from by this train, I went to Bulgaria. No, first we went from Suceava to Bucharest, and from Bucharest to Sofia.
Okay.
Okay.
And do you live there a bit, no?
Yeah.
Are you united with Marina there?
Yeah, I got united with Marina in Sofia. But by the way, during this travel, I met a guy from Zürich.
Okay.
And
All
actually,
right.
with his help, in the end, I got in Zürich.
All right. Interesting.
And when you left the country, which feeling was stronger? Like you've been sad, like that you don't know when you can come back, or
I have no, actually, honestly, I don't have this feeling because my target was to unite with my wife. I'm sorry, to unite with my wife in Sofia. I was not actually thinking like, oh, when I will come, I have nostalgia, because my target was just to go out from there.
Yeah.
You never even thought about stay and fight? I mean, of course,
I was
maybe some
thinking-
of our listeners would think you liked your country, you liked your life there. I guess you had a job. Why you be not going to fight like other people?
But because I decided this question in 2014, when the war started, because it was the invasion of Crimea was not far from my city. It's like 70 kilometers from Crimea, actually. And a lot of people went like volunteers and helping soldiers on the like Kherson border. And I was also involved, and I was trying to help in with food, because these soldiers, this military was like they have that time they had nothing, you know. They have
You mean like
no hamlets,
like equipment?
no equipment, no technique, and volunteers trying to help them, even with like grandmothers were cooking some pirogi, you know, and different stuff to help them, because no one knows if they will move forward after Crimea to the south, to Kherson and to Mykolaiv. Yeah. So at that time, I'm making volunteer. So I just decided, and I don't have that time. I have no relationships. Like, we have this military base in Mykolaiv, and I went there, and I want to go into the military to help. But I was talking with a guy that was not general, but we called it polkovnik,
Officer.
But high rank officer. Yeah. And he was talking with me, and he asked me, you know, man, if you have some problems like with depression, this is not a way where you need to go to
cure it.
To cure it. Yeah. And I really thanks for him that we were talking about this. He said, like, you know, what does it mean military? You have no freedom. You just need to do what officers say to you. That's actually all military. And we talked with him. I explained what skills do I have, how I can help to military, and he said, "Okay, take your time. I see that you like actually freedom, and actually
They're looking for people who follow.
Yeah, we can take you. It's no problem. We can do it like during 1 month." But he said, just think one more time about this. Take your time, like, and then call me. He gave me his personal number, and when I leave this base, I never think about to
Go back again.
to go back again. And then that time I decided I will not go to military. And then I have relationships with my current wife, with Marina, and
It made it, I guess, even more difficult to.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I decided I will leave the country, even before the war. So if the war will not start on 24th, I will leave on 27, because I have tickets and we have planned to leave the country. So doesn't matter. I would leave anyway.
Probably would have been easier then, but yeah, you still made it. What brought you to Zurich? How did you get here?
When did you get here?
I got here in September 2022. And this is actually the story that starts from this train from Suceava in Romania to Sofia, because during the time I was moving by this train, I got acquainted. Actually, I was I didn't speak English for a long time. And I met a guy in the train that was from Zurich, and we start talking. He had like a first person that was from Ukraine, and he was interested in politics. And he was asking me a lot of questions because he was super excited to meet Ukrainian, you know. And then he suggests when we come to Sofia, because his plan was to go to some NFO monument for like alien.
A UFO.
UFO monument. It was in the center of Bulgaria, actually.
Okay.
I will also give you some photos.
Yes, please.
That's interesting.
Yes, and he suggests to go together with my wife for like road trip in this UFO monument, because he likes like old USSR monuments, and he was actually going for the trip to write the book, and he was looking for some inspiration. Yeah.
Okay.
So, and we decided with Marina, it was like some guy, we didn't know who was it, but he see like how we unite, and I think he think, oh, it's really cute, and you know, the story, like that said. And then in the end, when we come to Sofia, Marina was hugging me, and he saw all this, and he was like, whoa. And next day, so we decided to go with him with this road trip. And it was really cool road trip. We were going to some small villages to have coffee and breakfast. And we were so happy because I didn't see Marina for a long time. Yeah, and all these monuments, it was really so cool. But you know, I was actually running from the war, and I don't want to look for USSR monuments, you know. It was it was so stupid. But in the end, we were actually, it was so funny also, like situation. We were talking about the kids in the end of our trip, and he asked me, he asked us, like, do you have kids? And I say, no. And what about you? And he said, I want, but it's very difficult to have kids with my boyfriend. And he was waiting, for our reaction, you know, because he thought like in Western Europe it's actually homophobic society, and
in Eastern Europe.
In Eastern Europe, yeah.
Oh yeah, what I did.
You said Western Europe.
Yeah, I mean
same.
Yeah, I meant in Eastern Europe. So
we know the Romania is Central
Yeah,
Europe.
so you looked at him and spat on him as you should.
what did you say? Fuck.
Stupid faggot.
Yeah. And then he left to Switzerland, and
you exchanged contact?
We exchanged contacts, and everyone goes its way. Then
okay, so you've been basically walking around in Romania, and you will
and
asking people who I have to suck to get to Zurich.
I actually said to him that Bulgaria is rather cheap country, and I was working in some American company that was in technical support that were paying to me like $800, and I was super happy about this.
How much was your average salary back in Ukraine?
It was $900 till $1,000.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's a good money. That was good money there.
It was good money. Yeah.
All right.
Marina was not working. I think that's why she is now working and I'm not.
She's catching up with the work.
No, but actually it was like salary where you can live good life.
So you were in Bulgaria and Sofia for a while, for a few months. Then
It was 3 months.
3 months. Mm-hmm. And then you came to Switzerland.
No, after 2 months, we have like the guy that was helping to me with his documents. He came to Varna. It is also in Bulgaria.
I think it's even the capital, actually.
It's like Black Sea, like seaside. No? Varna.
Sofia is
Isn't it Sofia?
Sofia is the capital, and Varna is like seaside.
Yeah, geography moments with Daniel.
Yeah, and there we just came there. He said, "Okay, came to us. We have a lot of money. We're rich. We can have a party in
Okay.
we can have a party, and you can live with no problems in on the seaside." And we decided with Marina, okay, we will go. And I had a work. I still have work with this American company. And during the time we were going from Sofia to Varna, they just kicked me out. They said that we close the outsource company in Odessa because of the war. Actually, they paid some compensation, and I found it really good. But then I actually I didn't have work, and so it's also like.
All right. After a short break, we're gonna get finally to the point. How did you get to Zürich? How do you feel here? And what was your first impression? How you getting integrated? All right.
Ми повертаємося with Macska Limmatban.
Nice. Yeah, welcome back, everyone. So, we stopped in Bulgaria, but let's jump like how you got the idea of coming to Zürich, or like how did you get here?
Yeah, so
Suddenly got an American accent in there.
Okay. So we decided with Marina when we were living in Varna to move to Germany. And we moved there and go through all this refugee camp. And
so you just went by train, or?
We went by train with Marina's Velo. So we actually went through the Budapest. And from Budapest, where the idea...
Have you been carrying her bicycle?
Yeah, we were carrying the bicycle by train. It was
wow.
It was going with us from Varna to Budapest, and in Budapest we decided to send it to Köln.
Okay.
just because.
You know, it was just random. Like,
okay.
Why not? We wanted to go to Köln. And actually it was a guy that was waiting for us, but it was also some random guy from these our criminal friends in Bulgaria. So, and of course, when we came to Köln, this guy was disappeared. So we were just together with Marina with no money, and we decided to go to the refugee camp.
But at least you still have the bike.
No, we sent it by Bulgarian Post in Köln, and actually it came to Germany in maybe 1 month or something,
wow,
and it was destroyed. Because they put something on the top, some heavy parcel, and it was fucking destroyed.
Your Hungarian listeners, can you hear that there's even worse than the Hungarian Post?
Yeah, please don't use Hungarian Post.
Bulgarian. It was Hungarian Post.
It was Hungarian.
Ah, yeah, you
Post.
sent it from Hungary. Okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, because you said it. You said you sent it from Bulgaria.
No, we sent it from Budapest.
Ah. Okay.
No, they got
different.
to Budapest by train.
Yeah.
And then they sent...
No, I understand. But after that, it was like, we sent it from Bulgaria to...
we went from Bulgaria to Budapest by train, by 2 trains with Velo.
Okay. Velo is a Swiss German for bicycle, just for the student.
Yeah, bicycle. Yeah.
Which is actually an Italian word, but
because on Ukrainian bicycle is velosiped.
Ah, okay.
So that's why for me it's easier to say velo.
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 Okay, so you are in Cologne now.
So I'm in Cologne, and we are going to refugee camp. They sent us to some tent. It was open air tent. And we went to Marina to some bar and get
How
drunk.
does it work? I always hear that people go to refugees. They just go there and ring the bell and like, hey, Mr. Germany.
They just took our passports. We say like we have no idea where to go. That's why we want to ask you to have how to say to be a refugee.
Yeah, to get this status.
To get this status and to say, okay, so for now, just wait for 15 minutes and we will go by taxi. You will go by taxi to some refugee camp in Cologne.
Germans are really good with camps, I heard.
Yes. So we wait not 20 minutes, but we wait 3 hours.
Oh, okay.
On the sun. It was super hot, and then we went to these tents, this camp. It was like four beds inside of this tent, and then we just decide to go out and to walk through the city and to drink some beer and some alcohol because we were super stressed actually.
Apparently this is the Ukrainian solution for everything.
We are always very
Missiles.
stressed.
Let's get cognac. Refugee camp. Let's get a beer.
I'm sorry, it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, of course. It's a stressful situation.
Yeah, so we get drank a little bit and then we go back, and then on the next morning, so it was nothing special that I want to talk about this evening. It was just evening, nothing. We were looking for architecture, walking through.
How you get to Zürich?
So then we went from one camp to another camp, from one camp to another camp, and then
Gonna cut off your hands.
Then we were in one German. It was like a village, only 10,000 people that were living there. Mm-hmm. We were living in some house with a lot of Syrian people, and then we were this place was called in Eslow, but in northern Westphalia in Germany. But we call it S-hole because it was nothing to do there. It was, and we have no permission to work, so we cannot do nothing. Just live there, you know. And it was already like October, and we had no clothes for us for winter. They pay just $300, €300, and it was not enough even to buy food and clothes for. It's just nothing in Germany. So I just wrote to my friend that we met in this train from Romania to Bulgaria, and he said, "Okay, guys, so before you do some stupid things, just think maybe you want to come to my place and live with me for some time, like for 3 months, and I will help you." With all documents, because he was working in insurance company.
Oh, I thought in adult film industry or something.
So, in the end, we just decide. We go to Rothaus. How it calls in English?
Red Cross or
Rothaus.
Red House.
Red House.
Red
I don't know
House.
what is it.
It's like this city governmental place for refugees. I don't know.
I think it's a Swiss refugee camp.
No. It is German refugee place.
Okay.
So we went there and say that we are living in Germany, and they make a stamp on our documents, and we went to Zürich because our friend was waiting for us.
So he was actually waiting. He was not fucking you over.
No.
The
He was picking up. He picked up us from the bus, and we went to Vidikon.
Yeah, drink. You are allowed to drink.
No.
Thank you too much.
You're welcome.
So when did you arrive?
We arrived in September 2022.
Okay. Same as me.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
You also came from Ukraine.
Close.
Close. Western Ukraine.
Yeah, you're a neighbor.
So yeah, the situation is not that dire there.
Yeah, but
close. Yeah.
Instead of fighting of Putin, we give him a blowjob, or at least the president does. Just wanted to tell quickly the listeners how we met. I would say it like a family-friendly version of it. So we were like basically on this Wednesday party here in Zürich, and it was kind of it's over around 2:30, and we were outside of this place, and we were we basically got kicked out because it was over, the place.
Yep.
Or the party. And we just started to talk. We had a smoke. We were like, where else to go now?
Mm-hmm.
And we just started to have a chat. And I lived nearby. So I was like, let's just, because it was Wednesday evening, so there's nothing open.
Mm-hmm.
Really just like shitty pubs like Ole Bar and stuff. So we just decided I was like, let's get some beers and go to my place, and then we can have some more and have another chat.
Mm-hmm. That's why we love Zurich. It's very easy to
free beers
to get acquainted with someone.
No, and I remember when we left, when I came out from the shop, Marina was waiting outside, and we were about to go to my place, and she was looking at me, and she was like, "So this is the part where you're gonna kill me and fuck my boyfriend." I was like, "Don't give me ideas."
You were like, maybe.
It was super cute, and it was like so spontaneous.
But we like to watch some series about maniacs, like Dexter, for example. And actually, Daniel was our Dexter for this night.
Yeah. And you were like, it's kind of suspicious, but he has beer. Let's go.
Anyway,
it's worth it.
It was more easy.
So
if he bought a beer, we will go.
He has the beers. Let's go. I don't care.
Anyway, ever since Marina lives in my basement,
So
locked up.
No, actually, it was not a trap. So we just drink a beer and.
But she's into it, so it's not a problem.
Yeah. Anyway, so this is how we met and how we became friends, and it's been like a year now or something, I think.
Yeah. I think we can celebrate it soon.
Our anniversary.
Yeah.
Nice. It was a cool night. I'm happy.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And how was like what was your first thing? What did you know about Switzerland? Because to be honest, when I moved here, like I've been here twice, but just right before I moved here, and I had no really idea about Switzerland. I heard about the mountains, the cows, the cheese, the chocolate, but basically that was it. What was your expectation?
Yeah, actually, we came here super randomly because of this our Swiss friend. But what I heard before, it was like it's a place where only rich people live, and actually almost retired people. I think it's some kind of propaganda that came to from Ukraine or from Russia. I have no idea. And also I heard about that you cannot flush the toilet after 10 o'clock.
Which is true.
So you should be
in some apartments and some places.
You should be very quiet after 10 o'clock. So don't come to Switzerland.
Yeah, we have enough people here.
It's actually what kind of propaganda that is working.
But that's partly true. I mean, that's a stereotypic, and it still exists, especially in certain areas and certain smaller places where, I mean, they even turn off the lights on the street. Because the street lights are off after 11, I think, and there is like really no movement, and they expect you not to take a shower. I'm like, of course, it's really nice, but when I'm coming home from a 14-hour flight in the middle of the night, then I'm gonna go and take a fucking shower, like it or not.
No. The thing with this is like they don't expect you to never do it, but just not make a habit out of it. That you're taking a shower at midnight or 1 a.m. every day. Because that's a bit, it's because the building is very old. You hear everything. You hear people walking. You hear the water running, you hear the flushing toilet, you hear everything.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? You expect when you go at 7 a.m. to the bakery that you have freshly baked bread, but that has to be made by someone who has to get up 2 or 3 hours earlier than you do and take a shower and get ready to for work.
Yeah,
so
but
it's like, sorry.
That's okay, I guess. But when you do these
it's
things
just like
at midnight,
you think that it magically happens, this thing that the bus is running early in the morning so you can get to the airport or to your work and stuff like this. These people also have to live somewhere and they also have to get ready.
Sure, but it's not everyone that does this because of
But
this.
it's I think it's also about some common senses. For example, if me or Marina, we always had some late shift, and when you got back from the job, you want to have to take a shower or to cook something.
Take a shot.
Take a shot. Take a shower.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
but like, you can do it, but
You can, yeah.
you just don't take an hour-long shower.
Of course. Or to make a base.
Yeah.
yeah.
You
Just
swim, jump and
Most
dance
important
around.
areas. Well, so yeah, what was your expectation? This was the propaganda or the stereotypes you heard about?
I think it's more stereotypes, but actually when I arrive here, I have my own picture of what's going on here.
And you like it so far, right?
I
You're
like
here for, what did you say? You arrived the same time as Victor, like
3 years now.
3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it so much, actually. It's all about the people. People are open-minded, and people's lifestyle is that I also like. It's similar to mine. And
Yeah, but you guys been also, I don't know how are people or younger generations in Nikolaev, but I found you guys also super open-minded, and it was also different from what I expected. I mean,
thank you.
of course, you're in Switzerland. No, it's not a compliment.
It's not a
just
compliment.
It's just an observation. I mean, of course, we also have here, but yeah, of course, in Western Europe, people tend to be a bit more accepting or more open to new things or stuff like this. And I never find with you guys, at least, of course, probably not all Ukrainians are like this, but you also had kind of the need, or you also wanted to move, and and you feel good here. So that's kind of I guess self-explaining, but if it's just it was kind of one of the last questions I wanted to ask, but it just pops in my mind now. Like, if the war would be over, would you like to move back to Ukraine, or you're not planning?
I think only for holidays. Why? It's very easy to explain, because, for example, what I will do there, we have no infrastructure there, and I should be really realistic that, I mean, I already get not adopted, but how it calls?
Adopted, yeah.
Adopted to live here in this society.
Yeah, and tell the listeners, I'm really proud of you. You just finished your German course, your intense German course, and you have B2.
Yep. No, I have B1.
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 I don't have to know. It's B2 in my eyes.
So I have C1.
C2, actually. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, and he just graduated as a rocket science.
He just got his Swiss passport.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's a green paper with printed text on it.
yeah, but actually I think we really do a good job together with Marina to get adopted to this society here. And of course, if I really want to live here, not because because about money, because everyone that live in Switzerland, they know that it's not about money.
It's not about the money. And I even had really good times here when I used to have less income and I was not comfortable financially at all. But I never thought about really going back to Hungary. And that's not because I don't like that country, because I really like that place, but I just really, the quality of life, which they always say, which is like kind of hard to describe what you mean by that. But the cleanness of the streets, attitude of people. Of course, there are
like
not
everywhere.
Everyone is the same, and there are also idiots here. But
majority.
Yeah, but like how you like the work well, at work, how they, if you make a mistake, how they react in Hungary, how they react here. What's the philosophy of learning from our mistakes, that not to humiliate you in front of your colleagues, and to have this culture somewhat. And it's even present in gastronomy. If you work in a restaurant or if you work in an office job, they have a totally different approach on this. And of course, there are companies who expect you to pick up the phone outside of work hours. There are also problems, and you hear it everywhere. But the basic thing is, I think it's especially when it comes to making mistakes, they have a total different approach than like for example, it was so shocking for me. Like the first time I broke something in the restaurant, like some glasses, I really believed, because that was my instinct, that I have to pay for it. And they're like, no, it's glass. Sometimes it breaks.
Yeah.
Like we have hundreds of other glasses. That was it. And I really believed they're gonna deduct it from my salary, because in Hungary that's what happened in the restaurant I used to work.
I had the same here when I was working duty free, when one glass of wine, and I also broke one glass of whiskey.
But you licked it off from the floor.
but actually it was not deducted from my salary, so it my supervisor came and said it's all insured, so no worries about this.
I remember when I was a kid, I went to do some shopping in the supermarket with my cousin, and we accidentally broke.
I accidentally stole something.
No, we just pushed a bottle of mineral water. So not even like something expensive. A bottle of mineral water fell on the floor and like popped and broke, or like, yeah. And they made us pay for it. We were like fucking 7 or 8 year old kids, and they made us pay for it.
You will also pay for it in Ukraine, I'm sure.
It's fucking crazy. That's part of the game, and it happens in a supermarket. If it's like, if I go run around the rows and I push down all the bottles of whiskeys and whatever drinks, that's another thing, but that's on purpose. But
it's another case.
Yeah. Anyway. So you like it here so far. I see also on Instagram a lot that you do like day trips, or you enjoy the sun on the riverside, and also you don't always necessarily need a lot of money to enjoy yourself here, because there are some beautiful places and they are open, accessible for everyone.
Yeah, it's true.
And it's really nice. And actually, since I live here, I also kind of, when I'm in Budapest and I want to chill or I want to meet a friend, I don't necessarily go to a place like to a bar or something, but I also like to just sit down somewhere and grab a beer and then just enjoy the whatever surroundings.
We actually just open the Google map, and see some places, like if it is nearby with some small lake or another place, we just go there with no idea. We didn't look for some photos of this place. We just go there and enjoy. Because in Switzerland it's so many amazing, beautiful places where you can just chill out.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need the money.
Yeah, it's true.
Well, it depends on your attitude and what you enjoy doing, but like day trips definitely you can do.
Yeah, so dear listeners, if you ever will come to Switzerland, just let us know and we can give you some ideas and tips, and maybe we can catch up for a beer as well.
Yeah.
I would say let's stop here now, and if you guys on the description you find our Instagram, Facebook, email address. We have a link trees. You find every kind of way you can contact us, and come to our Telegram channel, because we sometimes have some exclusive content there. And also, if there is some questions we missed to ask, or you would be interested about Jenya or whatever he told us, if we have interest, we can call him back another time, and I think he would love to join us again.
Yeah, of course.
So let us know if you have any questions, and we will forward it to Jenya and call him back if you would like to enjoy.
I'm open-minded.
Listen to him
I will
for another hour.
answer.
Yeah. And if you stop drumming on the table with your hands, we
I
can come
will.
back
I
again.
will. I will try to do it really, guys.
It's fine. It's fine. We were also doing the first few episodes.
I
Even
did
still
it first
now,
time in my life. So
you did well. You did well, especially
Thank
in a
you.
foreign language. So, you guys, next time we come back with a normal Hungarian episode. But share with your foreigner friends, and we will time to time do this English episode. It was the first time we lost our virginity. Jenya did too, his podcast virginity, and we would love to have him back again another time. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for listening, and thank you for joining us, Jenya.
thank you for listening to
Jenya.
us.
Thank you
Jenya.
very much for joining.
Slava Ukraini.
Героям слава.